Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Vega Vibes here. Well, I figure I'd give you guys a small update, a short update on the Cruiser Dart and let you know what's going on. And I know you guys are wondering about the transmission, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that before the end of the year. So, you know, the season's almost over, and so it is what it is. And I completely lost second gear. So it used to flare up and then go into second, and then of course eventually shift into third. But now I have no second at all. So I put it in drive and I have to floor it, get the car up to about 30 miles an hour, release the throttle, and she shifts automatically into third. So that's a good thing. You know, I can still drive it. I hate to drive it in that manner, but whatever. You know, it's the only way I can enjoy the rest of the season. Is coming to an end. But we ran into a small issue with my tach. You see it's missing. Used to be a tach right there, small Sun Pro that's been on there for, I don't know, 13 years maybe. And here it is right here. See, it's the Sun Pro. It's a small tach, maybe 2 inches. And it worked great for all those years. No need to change it out or swap it out, except for where it gets screwed into this bracket here, right? The thread, it's all made of plastic, and eventually it just snapped off. So this was hanging out in there and scratching my dash. So I figured, you know what, while we wait on the transmission, I'll pick up a new tach. And this is what I picked up. I got the autogage made by Autometer, and it's a lot cheaper than the Autometer one, the professional, you know, for track use. This car would never see a track. This is just a street cruiser. But I like to know where my RPMs sit when I'm cruising. So we're going to go with this. The only problem I think I'm going to have is that it's 5 inches in diameter. And that's pretty big, so I don't know. I'm not going to put it on top of the dash, and I'm not going to install it on the outside of the car, of course, right? So I have to figure out a way to get it back on the steering column here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I will figure it out. And I'm not willing to drill any holes, so zip ties it is. I have some heavy duty zip ties, and we're gonna go with that. So, and it's gonna block a lot. So originally I had the small one here, and if you can see those small scratches there, I'm not sure if you guys can make that out, but there's a few. Let me see, this thing has a light. Let's see if it works. Oh, there we go. It's very faint. There's a rub mark there and a couple right here. So that's what it's doing to it. So that's why I needed to come out. Plus it was all cocked to one side, but it's all pre-wired. It's all here. I think if I put it here, I'm gonna block the fuel gauge, and I need to see that. And so I'm thinking maybe on this side, I don't mind blocking this because this is a stock one, it works, but I also have this one here, and so that reads okay. And yeah, I think it'll be fine. Probably block, you know, 90, 100, 110, and 120. But anyway, let me see if I can get this install started, and I'll be right back. Alright, so why not do an unboxing here? Alright, so you see it's out of the box, and check this out. It comes with a seal. So we know it's not used. It's brand new. Oh, by the way, this was purchased out of Amazon. And yeah, you can usually get better prices at Amazon. Plus, if you have Prime, free shipping. Alright, so that seal is broken, but I'm going to need both hands. So let me get it out of the package here and I'll be right back. Okay, look at that. It looks even better out of the package. It's got a small body here. It's got a smaller clamp. So it looks like we may have a little bit of a success putting this in. I thought the whole body was about 5 inches, but it apparently is not. There's the wiring, all matching colors. So remember, all the wiring's already there, so it's just a matter of connecting them together. I believe all the colors are exactly the same, should be standard, but that looks pretty cool. And here's the shift light. Plug and play, put it in place. Looks like you pinch the shift light right to the body here, right underneath the clamp. And then you have this, I don't know what this is, some sort of cover. Anyway, I wonder if the light will shine through that. It probably will. Alright, let me get this install started. And I'll show you the finished product later. Okay, so the moment of truth. Let's see what it looks like. I already tested it. Everything's working as it should. And so let's check it out. All right, so remember, I wanted to put it over here on this end, but as it turns out, the shift light was way too close to the wiper switch, so it would interfere with it and it would block it completely. So I moved it to the left side of the steering column here, and from here where I sit, I can only see from 20 miles an hour to 120. That's good enough for me. The shift light is directly in front of my forehead. All right, so when the light shift light comes on, it blinds the hell out of me. So I'll be using this thing here to cover it up, just to lessen the blow, right? I know this goes on here somehow. Anyway, so there it is. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to let you see that. All right, so it rests, the pointer rests at where I set the shift light, right? And of course, that's too high, all right? So let's turn this this ignition on. All right, and we'll see what it does. So you turn the ignition on, she does that, and then she'll go back and rest at the shift point. But you can take this knob and take it down, all right, and I'll probably keep it around between 5 and 6, because that's where I feel safe. Anything above 6, I think it may be a little bit too much for driving around in the streets. But for demonstration purposes, let's take it down to right around 2,700 RPMs. All right, so let's start it up and see what happens. Oil pressure comes up. She's idling around 700 RPM, 750. All right. And the choke is applied. Let it warm up a little. Sounds pretty good, huh? Woo-wee! There it is. She's down to about 8.5. Okay, so let's bring it up to, what was it, 25? See if the light comes on. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, so that's your shift. That's your shift point right there. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to drill any holes. I want to keep this as original as possible without that much damage. So basically what I did was I used a commercial grade zip tie to hold the tach in place. And then I put another zip tie to hold this in place, because the bracket is way at the end. It's just barely on there. All right, I couldn't get it on there because I can't push the tach far in enough because it hits the dash. So, you know, it hits that cluster there. It's good enough. It's not in the way of anything. All right, the only thing that looks horrible, of course, is this shift indicator for the column shifter. But really, there isn't anything I can do about that unless I swap out this whole steering column. And honestly, that's not necessary. This right here works just fine. It's good for me. Anyway, folks, that's going to conclude this video. And until the next one, for the next video, I'm hoping that the transmission is not going to happen right now. All right. Like I said, I still need to pay off that credit card bill for the scam. You know. Anyway, let's not get into that. So hopefully I can order the new electric fan for the radiator, and we can keep this temperature tame, because with that Chinese fan that's on there, she's teetering between 200 to 215, and I don't feel safe. Anyway, folks, that's going to conclude this video. Until the next one. Sounds good. Look at that. The fan's on. It's not doing much, but it's running. Nice. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.